Okay, so I know it might be a bit excessive, but I don't care, okay? Dark bleatings, everyone. I have a few things to go over in this video because this is the first video that I am filming since I've been back from my holiday. So this is, again, I'm filming a little ahead of the day I'm posting and things, and I just want to go over a few things. But in this video you will have the latest Abominable Book Club unboxing. The box arrived. They were a little bit late on it, but they did keep us notified with emails and stuff, so that's fine. I also have an exciting personal project I'm going to tell you about. Also, I have another accidental horror book haul from EdgeLit, which was a convention I attended after the Indie Horror Chapter convention I attended, and I said I was not going to get any more books for the year. But I lied, obviously. And a couple of things. So the order we're doing in this id is I have a little public service announcement about myself and some various bits and bobs. Then I want to show you the personal project that I'm excited about. Then I'm going to show you the EdgeLit book haul, and then we're going to go on to the Abominable Book Club boxing. If there's only one or two of those things you're actually interested in, I'm going to timestamp them in the description for you, so you can just jump ahead if you don't want to watch the entire video. But I just want to start by saying that I have been watching a lot of videos about like overconsumption recently. Well, I say watching, like listening to them as you know, on headphones when I couldn't sleep and things like that. I'm very behind on my booktube videos that I watch, the channels I watch. I've got loads of booktube friends. I'm so behind on your videos, guys. I'm so sorry, but I don't like to just listen to them in the background. I like to focus, and so I can comment and make sure I've caught everything you've said. So I've just been so slammed for time, and I'm saving everything, but that's why I haven't commented on friend videos recently. I just want to say that. Okay, so in terms of little PSA, right, the overconsumption thing, I know that there are people who think that it's ridiculous to keep buying books like me when I already have hundreds of books I haven't read, and I realised that I realised something recently. There was a day, there were a span of many years where I was struggling so much financially that if a new book came out, I just couldn't get it. I used to put money aside if I knew that there was a Stephen King release coming up, and I might pre-order it when I had the cash for it, because you tend to know about those like 6 months in advance. But there was a patch of time where I just couldn't buy new books. I couldn't buy anything for various reasons, and I now recognize that I am so lucky to be able to not only pick up a new book pretty much when I want. I mean, I got to be careful with my finances. I do consider every luxury spend, and I do consider a book a luxury spend, but I'm able to do that now. And I'm also extremely fortunate to get to go to these conventions. There was a time where that was unimaginable to me. Like, there was no way I couldn't have even, you know, paid for a train ticket to go there and back on Monday, never mind stay for a couple of days somewhere in a hotel, even a really cheap hotel. So I just want to acknowledge, for anybody who thinks I'm just excessively buying books and, you know, whatever, like, this is where my luxury spending is. I don't buy myself anything else really, like clothes or you know, laptops. I really want a new laptop, but that's gonna have to wait a few years. I just want to, yeah, acknowledge that I feel really lucky about that, and that's why every time I have spare copies of books and things like that, I try to palm them off on you guys, because I'm happy to post things out to you. I'm happy to pay the postage. I just want to share the books. In terms of my excessive book collecting, which I'm not gonna say it's not excessive. I know it's silly. I've got 200 and something books I haven't read, and I'm still getting more books. I'm going to get more at FantasyCon at the end of this year, the end of the month, sorry. But I'm not buying books with no intention of reading them. It's just that I get so excited when the authors are telling me about them, and I want to support indie authors especially. So I just know that eventually I will get round to them. There's no harm in picking them up now, especially if it's a book launch, because those book launch first few weeks sales are so important, especially to indies, because new book sales, if they don't start trending, just drop off the face of the planet. So I want to support my fellow indies and especially my author friends by picking up copies of their books now when they're released, if I can, if I'm able to, and then, you know, I'll try and support them again later by reviewing the book when I've actually read it. So I felt the need to, no one's really come at me for this, but I do agree with all of the criticisms about just like spending on things that you have too much of already. I've seen stuff about, you know, bath products, and people have got entire, you know, closets of bath products and things like that, but this is kind of my closet of bath products. Okay, so I went to EdgeLit and I'm really excited about it. Oh, I said I was going to do the personal project first, but I'm going to do EdgeLit first. So that is a convention, an annual convention that's in Derby. The convention is like one day, it's always the Saturday, but a lot of people will go the Friday night, as I did, and then, you know, just kind of hang out. It's very social. It's kind of marketed as an author event because there are panels and writer workshops and stuff, but readers who aren't writers are also welcome to come and mingle. And I did see a few readers there this year that aren't also authors, and they attended, you know, sort of more like general panels where authors are talking about horror fiction, they take questions and things, so that was really cool. And something that happened that I was like downplaying how excited I was about this, but I have to like be excited about it because it's a really big deal to me. Tim Levin was officially launching, or as part of his like overall book launch tour of Secret Lives of the Dead at EdgeLit, and it was the first thing on the program was his interview / Q&A for his new book, which somebody else much more qualified than me was supposed to be hosting, but they unfortunately couldn't make it, and so I was asked to do this instead. So I got to interview Tim Levin in front of a crowd on a stage and ask him questions about his book and writing and everything. And I was really nervous because I interview authors on my channel all the time, but I've never got to do that in person on stage. And yeah, I just wanted to I know bookish friends as you are, and fellow Tim Levin fans especially, will probably know like what a big deal that is to me, because I've just been such a Tim Levin fan for so long. So yeah, that was like really amazing. And I know what the other question you will have about EdgeLit is, did I win anything in the raffle? I know that's what you're all dying to know. So we'll get to that. So here is my EdgeLit book haul. Alright, so I've got a few books here. So these are authors that I have not read before, that I picked some books up from. So I got The Darkness Within from Sam Stone, and Death's Dark Wings by Raven Dane. Now, I am very familiar with the names Raven Dane and Sam Stone. Raven is always at conventions. We don't know each other really, but I see Raven around all the time. And I was very kindly given these as review copies, and so I am reading them now. So this is Zombies on a Spaceship, and I think, is this short? No, it's not. It's a novel. And I don't know what it's about because I do not like to know anything about the books when I pick them up, but thank you so much to Sam and Raven for allowing me to take these, and reviews will be forthcoming. I'm really excited about my first reads from them. And then S.L. Howe, The Soul Thief. Now, my memory is a little murky on when I picked this up. I don't remember buying it, but that doesn't mean I didn't. It just means I was in a frenzy on Saturday collecting books left, right and centre, and really excited about all the other stuff. But this is Manchester 1888, it says it's set, so I am very excited, and I'm assuming that this is maybe ghosty, but yes, I will keep you posted on that when I get around to reading it. And this was brought to the convention and gifted to me by my friend. Thank you so much. I don't want to say your name just in case you don't want me to say your name on the channel, but just to let you know, I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Pray to Stay Dead, a zombie novel. And this is a friend I see at Bookish Things, a reader, not an author, but a major book fan, and that I bonded with over a love of Tim Levin, for example, and zombies. So I really appreciate this. Thank you so much for bringing this for me, and I'm really excited because I really got back into zombie stuff recently, so very excited to read that. Oh, sorry, that is by Mason James Cole, who I haven't read before, but I am very excited. These next couple, these are authors that I personally know and love. So, oh, I'm so proud. And oh God, if the author is watching this, I hope that when I say things like that to you, it doesn't sound patronizing. I hope not. But this author is someone that I've made friends with through conventions and is literally half my age, and so I have adopted him as an extra little brother. And I really do feel very big sisterly towards him. And it's Benjamin Kurt Unsworth, a much more articulate and talented writer than me, and it's his brand new, like, proper debut solo collection, Into Rack and Ruin. Look at the artwork on that. It's so beautiful. I think they said Randy Broker. I'm so sorry, Randy, if you see this. Yeah, Randy, I'm going to say Broker, but I could be pronouncing it wrong. But yeah, beautiful artwork. And I know that I've seen Randy's artwork in Phantasmagoria magazine, and I'm pretty sure that Randy has also done some Ramsey Campbell covers. But yes, I'm familiar with Randy's work. And I read Ben's collection. The written review is forthcoming on my website. That's going to be going up, what day is it now that I'm posting this? Sunday. That's going to be going up the week starting tomorrow, and I haven't talked about it on the channel yet because I was saving it for a collections video. I've got a few things I wanted to talk about that I think are perfect for Halloween. So I read this, I've written a review, all the reviews are going to be posted, and I'm going to be talking about this in much more detail. But I had the ebook review copy, and I just really wanted to get a physical copy because it's gorgeous. And yeah, Ben's book launch was amazing. I had such a good time. This is very out of character for me. This is Charlotte Bond's The Fireborn Blade, which is fantasy, I'm assuming from the cover. I have read short stories by Charlotte Bond. I think that she is an incredible writer. She's a lovely person, and so when I saw her name on a book on the trading tables, I was like, you know what, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. I trust that I'm going to really enjoy Charlotte's writing, even though I don't normally read this genre, and I'm going to give it a whirl. So I'm excited. It's beautifully presented. Who's this? Tor.com, yeah, of course, Tor, beautiful. And then this is Ramsey Campbell's new book, An Echo of Children. Ramsey Campbell, the new novel. I got no idea what it's about, but of course I did ask Ramsey to sign it. Unfortunately, when he was trying to balance his suitcases and bags and stuff on the last day that we were there, because I suddenly realised I hadn't asked him to sign it. But yes, he kindly obliged me, so I'm excited about those. And then there's only a few left before we get to the book box, I promise. Okay, so this was a book that was in the goodie bag they give you. It's Killer on the Road by Stephen Graham Jones. I have never heard of this story, but I'm getting kind of like, what's that Stephen King film? I think it was based on trucks. I think I made that up. Maximum Overdrive. I'm getting like Christine / Maximum Overdrive vibes from this cover, so I'm not reading the back, as you all know. I never do that. So I'm looking forward to that. I do have some Stephen Graham Jones I haven't read yet. This was lovely, actually. This is Dead Leaves by Andrew David Barker, who I have not read before, but Andrew and I are social media friends, and we met properly for the first time at EdgeLit, so that was really nice because I recognised him as soon as I saw him, and I couldn't remember why, because I have this thing at conventions where I'm like, I recognise people and I don't remember if it's because I know them in real life and we're real life friends, or if I'm Facebook friends with them and they're mutuals through writing stuff, like mutual interests like books, and I just know them from their posts. And sometimes I go over to people and just start talking to them and they have no idea who I am. So Andrew introduced himself anyway and was like, hello, yes, I watched your channel and blah 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 blah. Oh, hi Andrew, by the way, if you're watching this. And yeah, I realised I hadn't read any of Andrew's work, so I picked up Dead Leaves, and the introduction is by Simon Clarke, who's another author I absolutely love, so I'm really excited to read that, and that is quite near the top of my personal TBR right now, so I'm excited. And now on to the main question on everyone's lips, the reason everyone came to this video. I really put so much stock into these kinds of things. Did I win something in the raffle? Yes, I did. So I went to the raffle with my raffle pal, Ben. We always go to the raffles. Hello, Langley, if you're watching this. I never call him Langley to his face. I don't know why I just did that. He's always Ben. But it was his birthday on the day of EdgeLit, and I bought him some raffle tickets as a birthday gift, and I was very delighted because he won one of the really good prizes, and I also won these 3 books from PS Publishing. And if you guys have watched the channel for any length of time, you know that I'm obsessed with PS Publishing and I always pick up their books, so this has saved me some money. I won the Time Machine. This is like all Australian books, by the way, which is super interesting because these are writers that I'm not familiar with because of that, because I haven't seen their names around here much. So it's the Time Machine, Australia bound, edited by Steve Proposh and Christopher Sequeira. I'm going to assume that that's an anthology. Beautiful covers, because they always have beautiful, beautiful covers. And then I also won The Sky Inside by Sean Williams. Once again, it's just beautiful. I've got no idea what these books are about, and they don't look like horror books, so that's going to be interesting. And then this is From the Wasteland, edited by Claire Roden, which I'm assuming again is an anthology because it's edited by. And I'm so super excited that I won those. Okay, so the next order of business, some personal things. Oh, actually, before I get to that, I just wanted to show you, I'm going to Tim Levin and Christopher Golden are currently touring together as a joint book tour thing, and they had these t-shirts made and I got one. So I will be going to Titans of Terror in the next week or so, and I will be wearing my Titans of Terror shirt. It's so cool. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Can't wait. I love book tour events. Okay, the next thing, and this is the last thing before we get onto the Abominable Book Club unboxing, is I got my contributor copy. It arrived while I was away on holiday, but my brother was here and took the parcel for me. And it's This Way Lies Madness, edited by Dave Jeffrey and Lee Murray, and I'm so obsessed with it. This is an anthology from Flame Tree Press that I have a story in, and I'm really proud. I'm considering this kind of my greatest writing achievement to date. I'm really proud of a lot of the stuff that I've put out, but Flame Tree is a bucket list press for me, and Lee and Dave are amazing writers in their own right, and editors, and I have always wanted to be in a Flame Tree anthology, and they have so many submissions. I submit sometimes and I just don't, and then I forget about it because I just know I'm not going to get in. But this one, I made it into the book, and I'm so excited because I also had a few bucket lists. I've got some bucket list authors that I want to be in books with, anthologies, if that makes sense. And amongst my bucket list authors that I wanted to be in books with, I've got Stephen Volk. If you're not a Stephen Volk fan, if you're not familiar, you should look him up. Like, he's incredible. And also Ramsey Campbell's in here, and I just cannot believe that I had a story selected for a book that Ramsey Campbell's in, and I'm just gonna keep me going for quite. Oh, Alma Katsu's in here as well. Sean Hogan. I don't want to just start picking out, leave any authors out, but yeah, I do have a little list of people that I just idolize, and so this is amazing. This is a horror anthology. Well, they weren't super restricted by the genre, but it's generally a horror anthology based around mental health, and you're going to find that ironic if you've watched the channel for any length of time, because you know that a pet peeve of mine is mental health used in horror, but that's because I oftentimes unfortunately find that it's used as a lazy shortcut to horror, and it's more sort of exploitative and not well researched towards whatever the mental illness is, or whatever, it kind of demonizes mental illness in a stereotypical sort of unfair kind of way. So I wrote a story in it. It's called TBR. It's the first story in the book. I'm super excited, and I just wanted to, I'm not very good at self-promotion, but this is a joint venture, obviously. There's a whole bunch of people that have worked on this, so I just wanted to do my bit to spread the word about it. It's available from Flame Tree Publishing, and just really excited. Just gonna have a sip of tea from my Christmas mug. I know it's a bit early and it's the wrong season, but I don't know why, but the tea tastes better from this mug than all of my other mugs, and maybe it's the magic of Santa. I just realised what I said and the implications that some of you might make with that. So don't make Santa dirty for me, okay? All right, it's Abominable Book Club time. It is a book subscription service. I get the monthly subscription. You don't have to do monthly. You can do one-off boxes, yada yada yada. I believe they also do a movie package now. There are two options for the boxes. You can either get the bare bones, which is just books, or you can get the full guts, which is what I get. And just to say, I pay for these boxes. They don't send them to me in order to promote them or anything. So just so you know, I don't know why that matters, but some people want to know that. Yeah, so I buy these boxes. It's all full of red wormy paper. So in this box, I will get 2 or 3 books depending on the value of the new release. There's always a new release. There is always a secondhand book that's wrapped up, and or there'll be a secondhand book and then 2 new releases or newish releases, and there'll be paperbacks, but they have been putting like lovely hardbacks with sprayed edges in these recently, so in that case you'll get 2 books, but it depends on value. So let's bust everything out. Okay, so as well as books in this box, if you get the full guts package, you get a little pouch of like hot drink sachets and things. You will get a snack. There's always bookmarks, and then there will be some extra items, like 1 or 2 extra items, again depending on value, what they're giving you. So let's do the hot drinks first. Interesting. It's usually in a little red and white striped bag, like a little circusy thing. This is... I don't know what happened. I didn't even drop... I cannot explain that maneuver. This is very Beetlejuice, is what I was about to say. Yes! I've seen it! I've seen it! Okay, so there's one thing I get really excited about, and it's the Galaxy hot chocolate that is always in the box. In the last 2 months, they have had the audacity to put an options, a Cadbury's Options hot chocolate in there, and I don't want any of this low-calorie shit, alright? But they have not forsaken me this month. The Galaxy hot chocolate is back! Oh my god, I'm so excited! Alright, okay. They also have included some coffee, so... we have got, this is so cute, a little Kenko iced or hot uplifting indulgence. Contains milk sachet. We've also got a coffee bag. I don't know why, I just love coffee bags. You use them like a tea bag, but it's coffee. And then the tea bags they have included this time, there's always like a regular tea, an English breakfast tar, and then a fruity one or a flavoured one, and this is a raspberry and pomegranate. Very posh. Alright, I'm going to show you the bookmarks next because I'm building up to the snack. Oh, I'm excited. So, as standard, we have our Abominable Book Club bookmark. They put one of these in every single box, and they're always really cool because there is a little microfiction horror on the back for you. So if you are a collector like me, then you will build up quite a pile of those. This next bookmark is possibly the most excellent bookmark they've ever put in the box. Time to dig up your decorations, it says on the back. So this is what the back looks like. I don't know how much you can see that there. And this is what the front looks like. I really hope you're not getting glare or it's not unfocusing or whatever it's doing. But yeah, that's amazing. I'm wondering... oh, I don't know if this is just like cool bookmarks they had made up or what. If anyone knows the origin of this bookmark, or Abominable Dudes if you're watching... explain the bookmark, please. But yeah, amazing zombie-ish, witchy looking seasonal Halloween bookmark. That is definitely, I'm building up a collection of my favourite bookmarks to maybe put in a little frame, like make a little bookmark collage out of them. The extra items, there are 2, but I'm going to save one for a minute. We've got a lovely little piece of art, Dracula by Bram Stoker. This is possibly one version of the cover, or maybe it's just some original art, I'm not sure, but it again, sorry, it's in the plastic. I'll take it out in case it's glaring off the screen there. But yeah, that would look really nice in maybe sort of a really like a rusty sort of coloured frame. I don't know if they exist, but you know what I mean, like a rust brown. I think that would look really good. That's so cool. Okay, the snack. Maybe this looks like the best snack they've ever put in. This is a milk chocolate bar, a nice sizable one, and I don't have any chocolate in the house right now, so I'm very excited. And it's popcorn and peanut. and I just know that's going to be delicious, and I will let you know if it isn't, but I'm not gonna start eating it now because I'll have to pause filming for, 15 minutes while I eat it like a goblin. Right, we're into the books. So, the first book from the Abominable Book Club September box is Blood Like Mine by Stuart Neville, who I have never read. It says you would do anything to protect your child, even if she's a monster. That's very intriguing. Intriguing. Right, I'm going to read the back cover copy for you, and if you've watched any of these videos before, you know that for some reason I lose the ability to talk when I do this, so wish me luck. Okay, it says, a mother's love, a daughter's devotion, a man's obsession, and the darkness that lives within us all. Rebecca Carter and her daughter Monica, nicknamed Moonflower, travel the American West, but wherever they go, bodies are left behind. Special Agent Mark Donner of the FBI has been tracking a serial killer for 2 years, a murderer who kills only men. All of them with their throats opened and their bodies bled out. Intriguing. The killer leaves no trace, no clues. Donna believes that he's on the trail of a middle-aged woman who often poses as a child online to lure in her prey. Oh, that's a great subversive twist on... We see the reverse of that quite a lot, so that's cool. But it's never been enough to track her down until now. And so begins a cat-and-mouse game between Donna, Rebecca, and Moonflower. A cat and mouse game between Donna, Rebecca, and Moonflower. But who is the actual hunter and who is the actual prey? For perhaps Moonflower isn't the child that her mother claims she is. Oh, and as Donna puts everything on the line to capture them, perhaps he isn't prepared to face what is really out there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is vampires, and it sounds awesome. I really like the mixture of the American West, the sort of like contemporary feel, like thriller feel of this with the FBI agent and everything, but also, yeah, if that isn't vampires, I hope it's something really surprising, but I'm happy if it is vampires. That sounds really cool. Next up, this was the other extra item. So we have Lucky Day by Chuck Tingle, All Bets Are Off, and a signed bookplate from Chuck Tingle, which is amazing. Now, I have not read Chuck Tingle, but I watch Anda Kent's YouTube channel, which is amazing. I'll actually link Anda Kent in the description so you can go check her out if you haven't watched the channel, especially if you enjoy extreme horror and splatterpunk. She does loads and loads of coverage for that kind of stuff. But yeah, really, really great channel. And she talks about Chuck Tingle a lot, and so Chuck Tingle has been on my list for quite some time. Again, I thought I had read Chuck Tingle, and I haven't. So I have no idea what this is. Let's have a little look-see, shall we? What's happening in Vegas isn't staying there. 4 years ago, an unthinkable disaster occurred, the low probability event. 8 million killed in a single day, each of them in improbable, bizarre ways, strangled by parade balloon ropes, torn apart by exploding manhole covers, attacked by a chimpanzee wielding a typewriter. A day that proved anything is possible, no matter the odds. Oh. Vera, a former statistics and probability professor, lost everything that day, and she still struggles to make sense of the unbelievable catastrophe. To her, God is dead and nothing matters anymore. When Special Agent Lane shows up on Vera's doorstep, investigating a suspiciously and statistically impossibly lucky casino, he needs her help to prove the casino's role in the LPE, and offers Vera one last chance to make sense of an unlikely world. Well, that's gone right to the top of my personal TBR. Now I'm starting to see why people like Chuck Tingle, because that is a ridiculous premise, and I'm really excited. It sounds really funny. Okay, and this is the last item of the day. Before I leave you with a little sentimentality, the second-hand book. Let's see. Oh, these are always in really decent condition, by the way. A lot of them are like new. The guys are good with picking these kinds of things. Usually it's Stephen King or Dean Koontz. Those are most often the books, the authors you get, because those are so widely found. But this is Complete Ghost Stories by Charles Dickens, and I'm really, really excited because I know it's going to sound stupid, but I wanted this because with Christmas coming up, that's like kind of the season of ghost stories and like sort of like classic gothic kind of horror, and I don't own any Charles Dickens, but I did want to get some, so that's really, really cool. Yeah, that's an amazing inclusion in the box. Okay, so that is my ridiculous other horror book haul, September's Abominable Book Club unboxing, my excitement over this anthology that I'm so proud to be a part of, and I really hope everyone enjoys it. And just a last little thing, just because a few things have happened recently that have made me feel extra sentimental at the moment, and I am trying to make an effort to not be afraid to tell people the nice things I think about them. I always feel weird, like I'm like coming across like too much to people if I let them know how much I like them. But who cares? There's not enough niceness in the world at the moment, so I think that sharing nice thoughts is probably a good way to go right now. For all of my YouTube people who watch me here, hello everybody. And or if you follow my website also, or if you don't, it doesn't matter, but if you're here, I just want to tell you guys that I never thought that I was gonna like actually be able to build a community. I never, like, when I started the YouTube channel and the website, my intention was just to rave about books I like and hope that maybe I could recommend good books to people, and I was hoping that I could maybe help indies out maybe with their book launches and spreading the word and things. But I never thought that I know my subscriber count, you know, we're not on, you know, 40k, 100k, 200k or anything like that, but I do have like people who regularly talk to me in the comments, people who I've made friends with through this channel or through my website, or people that have just come across me on Instagram and, you know, we followed each other back elsewhere. My YouTuber friends that I've made since I started making YouTube videos, and I'm friends with lots of other booktubers now. And then all my friends that I see at conventions. I really appreciate you guys, and it's really nice to have so many bookish friends and people that message me about books, and I get to have all of these really great conversations all the time about horror fiction and just writing and reading. And I don't have a lot of people in my like in-person day-to-day life that I can share this stuff with, and so it just really means a lot to me that I've got to genuinely make friends with so many people through this. And so I just wanted to say that. And to the friends that I see at conventions, I really look forward to those all year. That, like, this part of the year is just such a highlight for me, because, and it's not because of Halloween and Christmas, although I am Halloween and Christmas mad, but it's because it's convention season to me. So from the end of August to sort of the beginning of November, and this is when I look forward to seeing all my friends. And I'm not going to start naming people because I will inevitably leave people off. I won't be able to remember everybody, but yeah, you guys make me feel really comfortable, and it's the only group of people ever that I have felt like completely comfortable being myself with and stuff. So yeah, I just want to I sincerely like really love you guys, and I appreciate all the support you've given me, the channel, or any of my writing, and I hope to be paying you back for everything as much as possible. And then to people who aren't writers that are just readers and fellow book fans like me, I'm so happy that you're here and we're friends. And yeah, so might have had too much caffeine today, but that's, yeah, I'm feeling like super sentimental, as I said, because of a few recent life events. And I just wanted to tell you guys I love you, and I'm really happy that you're here. However often or not often you're able to dip in and out, it's just lovely to have this kind of group that we've been forming together over time. So I love you lots, and I will see you in the next video. Next weekend we've got an interview with someone I've been a fan of for a really long time, and I'm really excited about that because he gave me so much cool stuff to talk about and ask about and learn about. And also we're doing a short stories special deep dive for a few anthologies and collections that I've read recently that I think would be like perfect for Halloween. So we're kind of doing like an in-depth wrap-up, if that makes sense, of like all of these shorts. So I hope that'll be fun for you, and I hope you're having a nice spooky season, and I'll see you next time. Bleed!